Good morning, students. Today we'll be doing the geography of fifth chapter, industries. So we have heard this word industries, where in a larger scale, where the lot of production is done through a lot of advanced machines, and it is sold to different companies and to the retailers. Then we go to the shop, we buy. So it comes to in that way the process is there. So the production, the manufacturing and all is done mostly in the industries. So let's begin this chapter. So have you ever given a thought to the fact that the notebook we use while writing and reading has come to after a long process of manufacturing. It has come from the a long process how it comes. So it started its life as a part of the tree. So paper or the bamboo which is we use material finished from material as a paper. It was cut down and transported to the pulp mill. There, the wood of the tree was processed and converted into wood pulp. The wood pulp was mixed with chemicals and finally changed into paper by machines. So, this is the process. The paper was used to print the line of the pages that we see in the notebooks. The pages were then bound in the form of a notebook, packed and sent to the market for sale. So finally, it reached to your hand. So whatever books you are holding or for writing you use, that all comes through this process from the tree to the finished product, that is a notebook. So what is this process and how it is functioning, and what all things it takes to reach us. So we'll be learning all the process of the industries and how it works and what is the process. So for secondary activity or manufacturing change raw materials into products of more value to the people. So we there is no much value as a bamboo, as a tree we don't value that. When it comes to the paper or the notebook, we get the finished product, we get more value from it. So that adds more value. As you have seen, the pulp was changed into paper and the paper into a notebook. So this represents the two stages of the manufacturing process. The paper made from the pulp and cloth made from the cotton have had value added to them at each stages of the manufacturing process. So in this way, the finished products has more value than the utility than the raw material that is used or made from something. So when we see the raw material, most of the things, the raw material is not worth use for anything, because we don't know, we don't have any equipments to make the things from the raw material. So it will be mostly with the industries. They take the what is advanced machines they have. So from there what they produce and they sell to us, that reaches to us, that only gives us more value and more utility to us for our uses. So industries refers to an economic activity that is concerned with production of goods, extraction of minerals, of the provisions of services. Thus we have iron and steel industries, production of goods, coal mining industries, extraction of coals, and tourism industries, service providers. So these are different industries which provide the services, which gives us utility, which gives us value to us for the human beings for the satisfaction. Classification of industries. Industries can be classified on the basis of raw material, size, or ownership. So first one we see they will get the raw material to the industries. So industries may be agro based, minerals based, marine based, and forest based, depending on the types of the raw materials they use. So agro based, agriculture based, minerals based means mines and all. Then marine based means sea based. Then forest, jungles, or what is the things that is forest based, depending on the this all industries depend on these raw materials. So if they don't get these raw materials, they cannot produce, they cannot make anything new from it. So agro based, first one is agro based, agriculture based activity. One is industries use plants and animals based products as their raw materials. So food processing, vegetables, oil, cotton, textile, dairy products of leather industries are examples of the agriculture based activities, agro based industries. Next one is mineral based industries are primary industries that use minerals ores as their raw materials. Their products of these industries feed other industries. Iron based industries, iron is the products of mineral based industries. This is used as a raw material for the manufacture of the number of other products such as heavy machineries, building materials and railway coaches. So these mineral based activities, what they do, they it is the another raw material for the what is that another industries. So steel based and all, so they give what is that minerals, what is that mines and all, so that they will produce something out of it. So next one is marine based activities, use products from the sea and ocean as a raw materials. Industries processing seafood and manufacturing fish oil or other oils are some of the examples for the what is sea based activities, industries or marine based activities. Next one is forest. Forest based activities utilize forest products as a raw materials. So they get their machines, they will get raw materials from the forest. The industries associated with the forest are pulp and the paper, pharmaceuticals and furnitures of, and the buildings are some of the examples for the forest based activities. We see a lot of wood, I think that materials that is made from wood, that are all forest based activities. Next one is topic is size. It refers to the amount of capital invested, number of people employed, and the value of production. Based on size, industries can be classified into small scale or large scale industries. So according to the capacity of the company, if the company is more bigger, then they will have to invest more capital, means more money, and number of laborers, people employed there. So in that case, we classify that is called large scale industries. And another one is what is a small scale industries, which is done production in a very what is a low level, not invested more, labors will be less, or they will have no advanced machines, so that will be considered as a small scale industries. So cotton or household industries are the type of small industries, the cotton and all, where they don't use more machineries, they will use what is that, labors with the hands. Then they will have some of the artisans, handicraft people, so they will make baskets, weaving, pottery and other handicrafts are some of the examples we see as a cotton industries. So small scale industries use a lesser amount of capital and technology, less money, as compared to the large scale industries that produce a large volume of products. Then investment of the capital is higher and the technology used is superior in the large scale industry. So we will they'll be spending more in the large scale industries and their technologies will be also very high. So still small scale industries, what is the products, automobiles and heavy machineries are large scale industries which make cars, the what is that materials which is in a large, what is that, very heavy capital. Next one is ownership. Ownership can be classified into private sector and state owned, as a public sector, joint sector and cooperative sector. So these are ownership, the people own their companies or industries in this different forms. So private sector industries are owned and operated by individual, private, that is of one's own individual or the group of individuals. The public sector industry is owned by the operated by the government, and for the people, such as Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and Steel Authority of India Limited. Then joint sector are owned by the operated by the state and the individuals of the group of the individuals. Maruti Udyog and Limited of the examples are the sectors of the industry. Then cooperative sectors are industries are owned and operated by the producers and the suppliers of the raw materials itself, and works they works as a both. So Anand Milk Union Limited and Shuddha Dairy are the success stories of the cooperative ventures. So here we will be seeing some of the factors affecting locations and industries. So in which what is the location, if there is some availability of some source that the factories or the industries that they need, if they need water, if they need some what is that way of distance where what is that crowded area, or the in the under the what is that city should be not be there, where the lot of what is that emission of the smoke comes. So in that area they differ, means it should be there, made properly in the area, so that the people, so the other cities of the villages, they should not be distracted, or they should not be affected by these what is that factories or industries, so that the location also affects the factors where it should be situated, where it should the company should be made. The factors affecting the location of the industries are availability of the raw material, land, water, labor, power, capital, transport, and market. Industries are situated where some all of these factors are easily available. Sometimes the government provides incentives like subsidies, power, lower transport cost, and other infraction, so that the industries may be located in the backward area. Industrializations offer leads to the development of the growth of the cities, whereas many people can work, and they can also have some what is the earnings from the as a labor, so that the people also will be growing. So in that the government also provides some of the things like areas, and they have to be permitted by the government. So the industrial system, an industrial system consists of inputs, processes, and outputs. The inputs are the raw materials, labors, and cost of the land, transport, power, infrastructures, and processes includes the wide range of the activity that converts the raw material into finished products. The output are what are the outputs? These are all where the inputs. Then what was the outcome? The output are the end products of the income earned. How much they earned from all of this? They have to be earned more profit, because a lot of charges will be applied in the transport, power, for the making of maintenance of the building, machines. So these are all the inputs. So they should be earning more out of this. So that will be their output, the income that they. In case the textile industries of the inputs may be cotton, human labor factor, transport cost. The process includes gaining, spinning, weaving, dyeing, and printing. The output is the shirt you wear. So whatever they work, and whatever they put everything for the labors, everything that was under the process of finished products, then the output is what? This is if they are making shirt, then output is the shirt, so what they wear. So that is the main output, and that should be more profitable from all these investment what they have done. Next one is industrial regions. Industrial regions emerge with a number of industries located close to each other and share the benefits of their closeness. Major industries regions of the world and Eastern America, Western and Central Europe, Eastern Europe, and the Eastern Asia. So these are some of the localities where industries are mostly then different regions. They joined together, and they form different companies in a different region. So you can see here in the map which companies are based on which locality, in which region, and other different in the corner of the world. So industrial regions tend to the location of the temperate areas near the seaports, and especially near coal fields. So why they what they do these companies near the sea and the coal field? Because mostly they need some of these materials, other than the where the cost of the transportation may have a little bit lower in the cost. So Indians have several industries regions like Mumbai, Pune, cluster Bangalore, Tamil Nadu, Hagli, and a lot of things. Means a lot of areas where what is that in India we see here the industrial clusters are included here. So next we move on to the next topic, that is a distribution of major industries. The world's major industries are the iron and steel industries. So these are the world top most industries which is more capable, and which is are more working everywhere, mostly in most of the states. The textile industries and the information technology industries. The iron and steel and textile industries are the oldest industries, while information technologies and the emerging industries. So the countries in which iron and steel industries is located are like some of the countries like Germany, USA, China, Japan, and these are Russia. Textile industries are concentrated in India, Hong Kong, South Korea, Japan, Taiwan. The major hubs of the information technology industries are Silicon Valleys and Central California and Bangalore regions of the India. So these are some of the locations where the major industries are distributed according to its areas. So iron and steel industries, like other industries, iron and steel industries too comprises various inputs, process of the output. So we saw in the previous topic, this is a feeder industries, which products are used as a raw materials for the other industries. Iron and steel, they make just iron and steel. Then this iron and steel is given to the another company where they make some of the things, products, like car or machines or different things from iron and steel. So that is the raw material for other companies. The inputs of the industries includes raw materials such as iron ore, coal, and limestone, along with labors, capital, sites, and other infrastructure. Then the process of the converting iron ore into steel involves many stages of the raw materials into a blast furnace, where the undergoes smelting, where it takes form, different form. After that, the output obtains a steel which may be used for other industries as a raw material. So here is one diagram given. So here we can see the first one, 8 tons of coal, then 4 tons of iron ore, then 1 ton of limestone. Then the finished product is 1 ton of steel, the output. Steel is though, and it can easily be shaped. It can given any shape, cut and made into a wire. Especially alloys of steel can be made by the adding small amount of the metals such as aluminum, nickels, and copper. Alloy gives steel usually hardness, toughness, and ability to resist rust. Means junk na lagna. Then steel is often called backbone of the modern industries. Almost everywhere we use this, either made in the iron or steel has been made with tools and machineries of these metals. Ship, trains, trucks, and autos are made largely in the steel. Even the safety pins of the needles you see is made from the steel. Oil wheels and drilled with the steel machineries. Steel pipelines transport oil machineries are mined with the steel equipments. Farm machines and the mostly steels are used in different forms, and we are mostly compared, or the hardness which we pin down with some of the what is that soft to make something small, what is easier, we use this, mostly we use steel. Before 1800, iron and steel industries was located in the very previous early ages. Also, we see that the steel and iron industries were running. Power supplies and the running water were easily available. Later on, the ideal locations of the industries was nearly coal field and close to canals and rivers, so that they will have more sufficiency of water. And after the 1950s, iron and steel industries began to locate in the large areas of the flat and near sea ports. This is because by this time steel works had become very large, and iron ore had to be imported from the overseas, where there will the route for the transportation will be easier from by the road, or from the by sea. In India, iron and steel industries have developed, taking the very large parts of advantages of the raw materials. Cheap labor, transport, and markets also are mostly done by these products. All of the import steel production centers such as Bhilai, Durgapur, Burnpur, and Jamshedpur, Rourkela, Bora, Bokharo, and Bengal, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh. We see a lot of the areas where the importance of steel is utilized as a local resources for their own what is that benefits, which is made a lot of machineries and equipments, and we see a lot of buildings constructions are done on the areas. Mostly there is this is their source, and they send it to different towns and states.